now.
You got to finish strong. I mean, for some of these teams, they're 37 rounds in with 1 day off in between. Yeah. So, I mean, this is some high stress, high, you know, intensity action.
It is.
We want to see them. We want to see them finish close out.
It's in the moments of greatest adversity that the greatest heroes rise up, right? So this is your chance. If you're one of those guys, if you're someone who came through the grind, now's the time to step up and say, listen, we came through qualifiers. We can hang. We're ready.
Well, the only team who are really in contention for that are Knights, who are third. Everybody else, first, second, fourth, and fifth, they are all from the top 8 teams of Season 1. So that's another thing you want to play for here. You want to do well in Season 2, because maybe that'll affect Season 3. Can't talk anything about that. Let's drop down. Demon has Esquire on their way down to Erangel, who is going to start pulling away from everyone else.
Yes, we are parachuting in and ready to go. And obviously, you can see immediately Method and OGN are going to be fighting, scrapping for space. Of course, we saw Method in Furry Pier in the last round. And OGN, a team that is now trailing behind Vitality. Yannick doing the same drop again. It's a Pika drop. There's obviously a good compound over that way as well. But the circle, it is a far eastern circle edge this time around, which will pay dividends for obviously the likes of Knights and FaZe Clan and Ghost that are all sort of positioned in and around there. Another deep eastern plane, though, is going to hurt these western teams.
Yeah, it really is, and that's pretty much what we're seeing. None of these teams able to stretch the full way over to South Georgia, pull the west coast. Primorsk going to be Method dropping right on top of OGN, and here we have Shanjang just trying to avoid the motorcycle of Maluk, running right into the crates. Your boy Dre going to be coming in as well to try to get some action out. Shanjang just dodging and weaving, trying to avoid these vehicles.
Yeah, they're giving up on it. I mean, Zampa's got himself an AK, I think, in the distance there as well. So Sungjiang gets himself a shotgun. He's like, come on, it's my barn. Stay away.
If you can dodge a car, you can dodge a bullet. Apparently, Shanjang going to be looting inside of that building. Not much health to work with, though. But Vitality, our winners of game number 1, our leaders on the Globals, going to be looting back up in Sosnovka proper.
Nice action shot there of, I think it was Jazza, wasn't it, leaping between buildings. Rafi getting himself down the coastline. They're going Primorsk this time. They're not going to stick around Ferry Pier. It looks like 80 may well do actually go Ferry Pier. It's okay, they're 2-2 in it. So Rafi, 8C going into Ferry Pier, while Morman and Chris go down to Primorsk. So they're sort of splitting that one out. Cloud9, of course, the battle for Pachinki was basically won in scrims, really, if anything, before we really made it to the cameras. M19 and Liquid. There was also a battle in Yasnaya. MVP were pushing Yasnaya originally. Liquid wiped them out in the scrims and forced them away. And MVP really been struggling to find a home since. They've been going for that farm loot spread. Gen G down in Novo. They've had that to themselves for a large portion of the tournament. Optic as well over in Rozhok really haven't been pressured too much by 4AM that are down in a school and apartments area. Ghost pretty much had Milta to themselves, and really it's really been a struggle for the Western teams with the planes, and not only the planes, the circles. We've really not had a great deal of Western circles for them. We had a couple in the end of day 2, but that's really it.
Yeah, that's the one bad thing about having your go-to spot is when you have these eastern circles. I mean, Tempo Storm, we just saw them have to transition all the way over to the west coast. Now they have to go all the way back over to the east coast, and that's so much of their loot phase already going to be chunked out just by transitions alone. 4 AM, though, these guys have been looting up in the apartments and school area just southeast of where Rozhok is, where Optic, the green wall, has been forming up. So they're just continuing to try to find their place on this map. They had some tough times in game number 1 in transition, trying to make some changes here.
I'm interested to see where FaZe decide to go, whether they do go the prison wall like they tend to often do. Expect to see probably Knights. I mean, the Harry Potter just to the side, western side of the prison, where Knights generally end up, is kind of the central point, right? Liquid going very early for the wall, though. So very, very early rotation. It's Samty and Jeems that have come over here. So Jeems is down in the compounds off to the side. He's trying to drive a vehicle up here. Now, we've seen Liquid doing this before, testing. That's basically what we're doing. It is basically saying, look, FaZe, we know you go here. This is a very good spot. We're taking it from you. I don't know who was trying to tell me that they originally had it and FaZe stole it off them. It's one of the American teams.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Was it EG? It might have been EG.
Yeah, well, EG definitely lands on the eastern coast. They land out a little bit spread, sort of like Knights has been exhibiting right now, so possibly could have been Evil Geniuses, yeah.
It may have been.
It definitely could have been those guys.
It may have been those guys.
But yeah, I mean, back to Liquid split off of the 2-2, sending Jeems and Samty down to prison. They know exactly who's going to be looting in this position, and that's why I think they feel comfortable with this. They know that Knights are not going to be clumped together as a 4-man squad, giving them the opportunity to at least have 2 men secure a dominant hold on this circle.
So the Knights got to make sure they do move a little earlier. Drayden down in Lepovka all to himself. Maybe working his way. Early rotations, just 5.5 minutes gone. We're seeing M19 also making the way out of Yasnaya, getting as central position as they can. Of course, it could swing either way. It could end up back in Yasnaya for all we know. Mark 14, Gilly, tier 3 out of his mind. Siege is a happy man for Siege, for MVP.
Yeah, he's got that 15 times as well to pop on top of that MK14, so a good pickup for him. MVP pretty much uncontested in that loot.
How do you feel about the 15 times? I feel it's too much for me.
Yeah, you know, it's too much for me as well.
Because you so rarely get it.
Exactly.
That when you do, you're like 8 times, like, oh, it's the dream, 4 times, 8 times. And then you get the 15, you're just like, holy cow, I can see his eyebrows.
Yeah, you don't really get a lot of practice with that bad boy. But I believe it's variable zoom now as well, so that's sort of
indeed.
playing
You can scroll it
yeah,
out.
you can pull it back just a little bit. Liquid going to be finishing up that rotation. We saw Ibiza taking a lot of fire from M19 and Yasnaya. These guys have been looting Yasnaya fairly amicably. They haven't really gotten into too many engagements.
Interesting. So Ibby's gone for the dip. Ibby's gone for the dip. So they've gone for a 2-2, right? Jeems is taking the little yellow buildings. Samty's up on the hill, and Ibby's gone for the dip. So they're making this really wide real estate spread, the Liquid guys. Now, FaZe Clan are kind of actually doing what I thought they might. They either go for prison or they've started to go Lumber more recently, but Ghost are there already, Phil.
Yeah, Fuzzface was rolling up the mountain just as Ghost was rolling in, so he heard the vehicles coming in, going to be retreating off that back to Gustav QQ, at least for the time being. Yeah, Vitality rotating off of that Sosnovka proper base, going to be losing Jazza to a vehicular issue.
It's in the
there's
water.
There's the motorcycle. There's the culprit.
Yeah, he's trying to do his stunts, not really working out for him. So most teams getting in standard spots, as I say. This is the Harry Potter. It's pretty much central point. The Knights, you can see Drayden Vox to Kinner. Very standard position for them. Liquid gone for this big spread. Looks like Ibiza has decided they're not use the dip, so they're going to stick around prison wall areas in and around there. Down at the edge of shelter. Knights are also trying to split that, trying to take a bit of an east-west as much as they can. Avangar, D's very much well away on his own, doing the exact same thing. Probably a bike as well that he's flipped as well. These guys, they're trying to power it too fast.
Yeah, you know, D-Man, I talk about it so often. If we were able to pull up stats, the KD of the bike would be absolutely phenomenal, the numbers that we would be seeing. But here we see Mumino. He's going to be rolling out the Severity.
Well,
this is the savior.
If he doesn't flip it himself.
Yeah, right.
Oh, look at that. Even had a little bit of a flip kick coming out of there as he went up on height. So they're going to come on over and try and help them out. M19, they've gone into heaven or high ground or a number of names for this one.
A lot of names for this, but all pretty much symbolic of the same thing. A very elevated position.
X Games called it now as
we've
well.
had X Games. Yeah, McCoy likes to fly up that ramp and try to jump the houses. So a lot of different names, but I think everyone across all regions knows exactly the meaning behind every name that we have to call it. Tempo Storm, though, on their western position, need to be worried about that blue zone coming onto their back. These rotations that are going to be had, certainly going to be coming into the circle very late.
So here you see 3 members of Optic. Was Valiant AFK or something? Because the plane route went down from Kameshki down to Sosnovka.
Yeah.
Valiant is on deep south Sosnovka. Was he AFK at the start, or did he have a crash?
Yeah,
I bet he had a crash.
Yeah,
and
bet he had a
rejoin,
crash.
and he was in the water.
Yeah, I bet he had a little bit of a tough time. So Optic just needs to recover off of this. Can't let that tilt you too much. Got to have Valiant try to find a vehicle or something
That's
to get
hard
across
though,
this
right?
bridge.
Because he's the in-game leader for them. So it's hard to make calls when you're on a completely different island miles away from anywhere.
Yeah.
As long as he can get and rejoin his team, there's plenty of rotation ground. Gen.G themselves, though, are holding the bridge that he may come over.
Yeah, that's the only tough obstacle standing in Valiant's way is if you can
God.
cross the bridge with Gen.G there.
We
Mumino,
saw, he was the man that went to revive D's, and now he's flipped the bike.
Yeah, I mean, clairvoyant D-Man over here. we were worried about him. Oh, Diaz was able to get res as well.
Yeah,
so
he got res by Mumino.
He got res, and now he's going to go do the exact same thing.
But that's 2 knocks.
Yeah,
that's 2 knocks.
Yeah.
You know, you bleed faster. The more knocks you get, the faster you bleed. Yeah, you break, you take it easy, take it slow, and bail out and go revive him. There we go.
No more bikes for these guys.
Yeah, take them off them.
Yeah, get some training wheels.
I mean, how many times have we said Avangard are terrible at rotations? I think we're proving case in point right here.
Yeah, well, here come the other members of Avangard. Hopefully they have dossiers to put those guys in, because certainly two wheels is going to be difficult for them to continue on. OG and Entis, though, making their way in as well from that western position on Ferry Pier. We saw them looting up just a little bit north of that after they got pushed out by Method. But MVP getting very close to 4 a.m., as well as Cloud9 up on top of this hill. We see Stab and Moody off the shack. They've got two dossiers to work with as well. Ooh, M19 feeling a little bit of hurt coming out of the Knights.
First kill, Voxic going down. This is the day that Knights should be stepping it up and really pushing it, but they have been caught out. Liquid, of course, being at prison. Knights were just to the western side of it, catching them out. FaZe Clan moving in. As I said, Lumbermill's kind of been their new preferred place. They have 4 members all ready to go. Turtle's been tagged, so they're well aware that they're coming. Look at Balak. He's trying to get across the field as quick as can, because he knows if he's not by that building by the time they push in, he's in no man's land. He's going to make this push. He might get caught out. Fuzzface, did he catch a glimpse there? I think the Defilade just caught his vision, and FaZe Clan choosing, okay, there is a team here. We're going to back away. It's too risky at this stage.
Yeah, you got to like the synergy coming out from FaZe Clan right now. As soon as they landed the shots on the Turtle, all 3 of the front players, Gustav, Mixie, and Fuzzface, immediately retreated to get a different angle or possibly a different line of sight, hiding, trying to mask themselves. Valiate, we've seen him on the map stream at least, trying to look around. He's not going to be able to find any vehicles, at least for the time being, and it's incredibly destructive for what Optic is trying to do here in these final few games of the finals.
No vehicle, that's a kicker. The circle shrinks. It does take a relative south divergence. Mumino on the bike. He's going to keep on alive so far. They've got to keep on heading south, though. Or Willie. Ooh. Very low. But the circle does shift, as I say. Went south, and the Lumbermill, actually, that FaZe Clan and Ghost were kind of fighting over the hillside just around there, is now the central point. It does mean that Avangard, who were heading south already, going to continue on their journey. Cloud9 going to try and reposition, but 4 a.m. very close to them, maybe clashing for the same compound. You can see Long trying to light up K-Mine, but C9 will get in safe. You can see MVP just over the roadside in the standard compound that you used to see Vitality pulling up in to trade out. Meds and Ds this time, I don't think you can get it back up from that one.
Yeah, Avangard going to be trying to scout out this lumber mill, and unfortunately, Ghost is there lying in wait. Balak with the nice connections on the AKM, but all of this commotion going to be pulling the attention of FaZe Clan as they're now wrapping along this eastern side of lumber mill a little bit towards the north, possibly going to be catching out a Nuktiv and Mumino if they continue on that path.
Oh, Larson, is he going to drive over Bahawaka? No, Bahawaka's going to light him up and take him down. Welcome to South Georgia, rushing in on Optic. Tempo Storm were also coming in behind them. This is all to the northern edge of the circle. And that didn't work out for him. You can see he tried to run over him with the UAZ.
Tempo Storm trying to make a far rotation. We saw them have to do so much to get off of that western coast, but they're going to be making their way in from the northern position. Here's the replay. Bahawaka spotting out Larson. Going to be spraying him down with the Scar, and there's the connection flying out of the car. Going to be Larson. Dropped dead. Not going to be able to carry on here in game number 2 of the evening. Optic, though, going to be trying to solidify a position here on the northwestern side of things as they continue to look around, continue to soak up that information. Where are these threats going to be lying?
FaZe Clan, they're trying to reposition. They're going for Crates and Avangard, who've got themselves this ditch. That is not a safe ditch if they've let Fuzzface get into that position of FaZe, and they realize it. Get the hell out of here. Our safe spot is not safe anymore. The biker gang that is Avangard, the Ukrainian Hells Angels, making their way out and actually going towards Lippo, and surprise, surprise, Tempo Storm are coming in towards them. So they're going to end up clashing around Lipovka, which is outside the circle. They're going to go for this little crossroads dip.
Yeah, really at this point in time, Avangard is just trying to find a safe spot just to get some rest. They've had a very tough time rotating off of that Severity position, and it's only going to get more difficult for them as the play zone continues to shrink. Gen G going to be picking up a kill on the Method this time. Back in Milta, these guys picked up the spot where Ghost had originally landed in, but they're going to be drawing the attention from just Gen G as well as Entis Ace just a little bit off to the west of that position.
Yeah, there is a possibility that they could swing Milt away. You know, Method and Vitality both down this way. Gen G just in the distance. FaZe Clan keeping the roadside polling station or toll booth, whichever you prefer to call it. Maybe toll booth would fit more. Your polling station, maybe they're going to have a vote. I don't know. Your boy Trey finished off. Jempty's going to confirm the kill. Remember, Jempty actually up there fighting for highest damage and kills done in the tournament, so he's quite happy to secure any kill he can get. Yeah,
he's going to be good. Oh, it looks like some return fire had from Method on to Gen G. Wicked going to be dropped almost immediately by Car 98 shot. 4 a.m. inside of this Harry Potter, going to be spotted out by Alpaca and the rest of MVP. We can see He's lining up the shots with the SKS, trying to see what he can get. Simson picking up his teammate Wicked as Method, going to be pushing off of that Milta position.
Bahawaka making a slow drive up. That's going to be an easy kill for Nuktiv there. And that's going to give him a UAZ as well. Remember, they've only had bikes at this stage, so Avangard on the edge find themselves. Bahawaka down, Optic. It's been a torrid time for them in this game, obviously with their in-game leader way down in the south. I don't know. I assume he's died. I don't know whether he's actually got over the bridge or not. It was that long ago. Hipok and Hetra, Hypark and Hetra are still alive though, so they still have 2 up there. Now here he is. He's found a bike. Valiant. He lives.
He lives. We thought he was done. He thought he wasn't going to be carrying on. He was looking for a vehicle desperately. And see, oh, is this a smart man? Is he going to be trading the 2 wheels for 4? We might be seeing that happen right now. But Hypoc and Hetra, the rest of Optic, up on top of this hill, looking down onto this warehouse that M19 is currently inhabiting.
Drayden, Texas, and Kramer all that stands left with Voxic down. Trading blows with Welcome to South George, shelter to shelter. Maluke just keeping his eye on Liquid down the bottom side of the prison. Where will the circle move? Will it go south to Milta? It's going to go over to the east. And of course, look at the territory that Ghost had to fight FaZe Clan off for. The lumber mill is Bang Center.
It is, and if you ask these players, what is your least favorite circle on Erangel, it's probably going to be a lumber mill circle. All of these teams on the western side of things going to be making quick transitions to try to get into these central parts of the circle. You can sneak, you can hide in lumber mill all you want, and here comes 4 a.m. Going to be spotting out Alpaca. Alpaca previously looking on top of 4 a.m., but the return fire is being had as Entis is now going to be flying in as well, directly north of Gen G.
OGN, where can they go? They've gone past Gen G, now they're going in towards Vitality. It's literally the last team they want to drive in towards is Vitality, and they're going to be trading blows rock to rock. Mira and Song Yang pull up nearby. Christis and Mira, damn, it's not Mira, it's Christis. Either way, going up on high. Mira is down. Shadow finds that shot. Song Yang actually taking a lot of shots, trying to toss out the smoke and taking a shot to the side. Christis up on high. Meanwhile, the Knights losing another member. Traded down to nothing. Onuktiv gets another in the rotation. And now Jeeves also going down. Tempo Storm, that's over on the prison walls.
And Onuktiv going to have an opportunity to shoot even more shots at M19 as he's going to be spraying down with the AKM. Able to find the connection on the Constantine, leaving just Bachelin and one more teammate for M19 to roll on in that Dacia. But back to that fight between Entis and Vitality. Very significant because that immediate knock gave Vitality all the information they needed to know exactly who they were going up against.
Oh no, Avangard, 4 kills and counting from rotations. What is happening here? They're picking up kill after kill after kill. And now Hypoc, the last man, obviously for the northern side of Optic. They've still got Valiant down south, trying to make his way in. He's going to get caught between 2 teams. Keen trying to light up Drayden this time. Can Avangard pick up 5 from rotations? You bet your life they can. Will they steal the kill away? It looks like they will as well. So on Octave, 4 rotation kills. Knights down to 1.
Yeah, incredible shots. Not easy to land those bike shots. The bike lands, or bike travels rather, so fast. You have to lead those shots, but only one more shot was needed, and Draydon going to be knocked down and out. Method positioning themselves on the southern edge of this circle. Not going to be facing too much resistance as Cloud9 will be rotating along the eastern edge, but M19 in a hell of a position as these crates will be drawing the attention from FaZe, from Avangard, from Ghost up on top now.
MVP trying to work the way up the hillside. M19. This is the crates that FaZe Clan left and moved further south. They've chose to go almost back to Milta Power. They're sort of looting grounds, effectively. Cloud9 took a south rotation. They've gone down towards Milta Power as well. They're just next to Milta Mini here, using this edge line, hoping that the circle shrinks away. Either way, the cars will be safe by this big defilade. You can see there with Nerf and Stab hiding behind it. Valiant coming back in. He's trying to go around the south coast, and he's going to try. I wonder if he's going to try and reconnect with Hypoc. It's tricky to try and angle it. I think he's probably better off playing edge, which is what he's thinking of doing here, just trying to snake their way into a position, really.
Yeah, tough spot for Valiant to be in, but he's certainly going to be trying to do whatever he can to push on. And it might be kind of in the favor of Optic not to reunite, just have that solo player, that insurance policy off to the edge in case Hypoc gets crashed on top of. Vitality, though, going to be feeling the hurt right now. Method putting out shots from these priority buildings directly on top. They're able to get the knock on the monkey, but here comes the support. Yannick going to be dropping down the hill, trying to get into that concealment, into the cover to get the res onto his teammate.
And look at the third party income from OGN. OGN, obviously, they've lost a player to Vitality. They know it's their rivals that are nearby, so as soon as they see that knock, they try and move on it. Meanwhile, welcome to South George. They're pushing down onto Ghost. Turtle and Balak already down. Tempo Storm also getting lit up by Samti's grenade as they fight out on the prison wall edge there. Monkey, oh no, he got back up and instantly Moleman catches Monkey and he's down again. So as soon as he was revived, they're not quite in nade range. Meanwhile, Ibby and Co chasing on towards Tempo, but they're on bikes. They're getting the hell out of there. They've lost the fight with Liquid, and now they're going to try and find a home, but where they're going to go, they pass on by. Welcome to South George. Monkey's gone down. He's out. Chris is going to kill there. 7 points traded between two teams in terms of kills, and Tempo Storm ditch it in the lumber mill and try and pray for safety.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why so many teams hate lumber mills, because the snakes can be so prevalent in this area. There's so much cover to hide behind, and with all of these teams crashing onto this compound, it's going to be an absolute battlefield as this mid to late game transition continues to erupt. But with this circle in particular, MVP off of that western edge trying to hold off the team's 4 a.m., but here come the Knights trying to push on, trying to have a better production in their points in their leaderboard position after game number 1.
Oh, and Kramer goes out. 16th place for them. Last man standing will get gunned down by Avangard Onactive, just claiming rotation after rotation after rotation kill. 5 and counting for him, and now he's got his eyes trained on M19. Example down. Can he conclude that kill and pick himself up another? No, Keen will take it away, but Onactive will be credited with the kill. Sees another on the back of the crate there. Elite player in sorts of trouble. Fuzzface, what have you done? Oh, no.
That's going to be all she wrote for Fuzzface, wiped out in that vehicle explosion as the rest of FaZe is left to just loot whatever Fuzz was able to find and continue on. M19 and Avangard still engaged in this little bit of a duo, two of CIS's finest, continuing to put out the damage left and right. But we will have a lumber mill circle if it continues to shrink onto the central point like it has for the previous 2 circles. And Ghost, Tempo Storm, and welcome to South George, going to be holding out in that particular compound.
4 a.m. I got a tricky push here. They got Genji on the rocks, MVP to the left, so a Korean lockout for the Chinese team has gone V, the forward scout. Looks like he's got no helmet already. Has he even got a vest on? I can't tell there. Definitely doesn't have a helmet, that's for sure. Mexi trying to get a little peek, jump towards Cloud9. FaZe Clan still with 3 alive. M19 still being completely get-kept. They've got nowhere to go from these crates. Battlein actually finds the angle, gets Onactive down, but he should be able to get revived off here. Mumino pushes. He's only gone towards that wooden crate. There's a little tick, tick, tick from the M14 doing work for him. And now Mumino will get the revive. How are they going to get out of this spot? They need to try and reposition. Keen's coming in on bike. Battlin's trying to make this chance to push from tree to tree. Elite player trying to toss out the smokes, but now they're up against 3. Battlin, he's got the nade ready. We're going to put away from it, but I'm going to wait and see whether that nade goes out, because it could catch all 3 together. Does catch himself one on Mumino. Meanwhile, MVP pushing with 4 a.m. The nade goes in. He caught them all. Look at that. Mumino goes down and Keen. The nade was huge.
Yeah, Bachelin capitalizing off of that knock that he originally gotten. Didn't want to opt to make a transition down to the south, but the battle is erupting now between 4 a.m. and MVP. M19 going to be absolutely eliminated right now, but MVP continuing to hold off the members of 4 a.m. on that western side.
And that's big for FaZe Clan. Remember, they're close on points, FaZe Clan and M19. Yannick and Jazza, though, getting flushed down. And Vitality this time in trouble. I think they're down to 1. It's just Shadow, and he's got Method all over him right now. We're not watching the battle for the top. We're watching, I don't even know what we're watching. Watching 4 a.m.
Yeah.
MVP deciding to stare at each other in buildings, but it's Shadow, the man that is being surrounded. He's got a player basically on top of him from Method. Shadow gets 80 down. We can see it on the mini-map, but he's now going to get surrounded. And this is Vitality, the leading team here. Just getting pressured. 4 a.m. and MVP trading with Genji as they all continue to contract. And FaZe Clan move on the hills. There's Shadow, just the other side of the vehicle. He'll go down. It's 14th for Vitality.
And Entis is still alive. So Entis sees this happen. They saw the immediate knock on the Shadow. He went down and out. Entis now needs to make their stride. Pushing on here will get them the points, hopefully, to pass ahead of Vitality. But Avangard, Onactive, the solo player, after those huge grenades coming out from M19. Yeah, here's the replay right now. Moleman going to be spotting out Shadow, puts him down and out, and a beautiful shot from our boys from Method. But the circle continues to shrink around the lumber mill, and that's where we're going to be headed. FaZe is pushed up now. 4 a.m. just still trying to recover off of these engagements from MVP. Youngtan off in the distance, going to be looking that direction.
Risky from Liquid there, silhouetting massively on that hill. And welcome to South George, and MVP are right watching them as they come up over the brow of the hill. Method moving the way up. OGN, by the way, obviously the other second place team, down to 2, pretty much well out of the circle at the moment. They have to make their way up. Either Method or Gen G. It's actually Simpson that's keeping his eye on them. While that happens, now Cloud9 find Valiant. So his performance, his little run, has kind of come to an end as his PC didn't like him in this game, it seems. James finds Forever from 4 AM. That's all that battle. They stayed in the Harry Potter a little too long, and now they've been flushed out.
And this crate dropping right on top of Hypoc is going to be drawing Method, pushing on top of these hills right now. Certainly Method does not know that Hypoc is here, but Hypoc hears all of the footsteps, going to be telling himself, just hold back, don't commit to this, just wait for Method to clear out of here so you can continue on. Look at him just riding onto these little cliffs, just holding into these rocks, these edges, trying to watch and see if he gets any of these peaks. Liquid, though, moving in off of that northwestern edge, going to be taking some shots across the lumber mill from FaZe.
Peekaboo, CP2 sees you. Loki, Chileta, that's a big nade. Remember, these are the only two standing. He cooked it for quite a while. He's gone a little too far. God Vizo is going to bounce off the Dacia. Catches Chileta straight away. Wicked comes around the side, though. He could have a perfect spray down for the double, and he does. And Gen G will eliminate 4 AM in 12th place. Circle continues to push in. Hypoc hides himself. Pretty much safe. Liquid, by the way, who've been picking up a number of kills, were still chasing on the points. And with Knights going out so early, we're probably almost certainly going to see Liquid leapfrog. And the question is, can they catch OGN?
Yeah, it's a lot of points for the Liquid to have to rack up, but certainly if there's any team that could do it, it's going to be our 4 guys from Liquid. James, Samty, Ibiza, and Scoom now pushing into the lumberyard, trying to get some peeks, seeing if they can get any information without giving up too much in return. But the shots continuing to come out as the blue zone is almost done with this shrink, and here comes our next circle. D-Man, will it center up on Lumbermill, or will we find itself shifting out?
It's been fairly central so far. It does go Lumbermill way. And FaZe Clan, while that was all happening, obviously we saw Ghost losing 2 members to Welcome to South George. They've actually crept their way into the compound. So Gustav and Gempty got themselves those 2 central compounds right now. A crate comes in, of course, the Harry Potter that Welcome to South George in is prime real estate because they have a great old vision of everything, but they've got to worry about Liquid coming in behind him. Onuktiv from Vanguard, he's got himself safe territory to creep in there. Hypoc we're watching here, he's trying to tank out as much as he can. Method have moved. Method are right on the back of Aladin. Aladin gets himself 1 down, but I don't think he's going to be able to keep the entire team away. Gets to secure 7 points, though, on Rafi. That's big for Ghost right now as they try and chase that top 8 spot.
Yeah, resetting this engagement, popping back into the small little room on the 2nd story of this Harry Potter. Allergen, the newest member of Ghost Gaming, coming in here, helping these guys from North America out. Going to be waiting for the other members of Method to present themselves. Will he be able to spot them out, though, or will the grenades be too strong, or perhaps even the third-party engagement?
Is that Gen G? I'm trying to see where it's raining from, actually.
It was.
I assume it's got to be Gen G from that range. I was looking at what's on that angle, and Gen G's the only people. I mean, obviously, he's trying to worry about Method. He's got McCoy coming in close now, so he's mollying down below, and it looks like Chris is burning.
Oh, no.
He's burning. He's trying to first aid his way through this one. Will get himself just alive for now. Was that another nade that came in? No, it's just outside the door. Didn't quite get inside.
Yeah, but McCoy backing up his member Allergen, trying to push off Method. Moleman outside of the Harry Potter going to be wrapping around the building, trying to see if he can spot where that grenade exactly came from, because certainly Allergen could not have thrown that. X-Chris going to be relaying this information. But Gen G previously trying to third party onto this Harry Potter, going to be facing from OG and Intis directly to the south of where they are.
You can see it in the picture-in-picture. Sung Yang, he did get caught by Gen G there as they try and make their way up. Remember, OGN in 2nd place right now as we also focus on Method. Now, Chris just got a good angle. Actually saw Gen G in the distance. They're all so close to one another that they can trade blows. Hypoc will go down. That's going to be Optic eliminated in 11th place. Gen G continue to move forward. So now they're coming in the back. Chris has realized this is too dangerous. Moleman and Chris have moved to the next compound. So now Ghost have Gen G on their doorstep.
Yep, Gen G on the doorsteps. Method going to be facing off against FaZe up on the top right-hand corner of your screen. Yempty inside of the yellows, just trying to hold off. But here comes Gen G rolling up onto the Harry Potter where Allergen was previously holding. He's going to be immediately spotted out by Sims and dropped with the M416.
Nice style, jumping around the corner, double peek as well with the 2 players, making it secure push into there. They instantly spun around as well for the other door, so really nice style points as well as making it work, which means, of course, McCoy is sat staring at footsteps, hoping that nobody sees sees him. They're looking towards Method. Look, the nade is coming out. That's going in towards Moorman, and Chris, that nade that he's just cooking out there, he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to go for it. He's in a very good spot here to make sure he's not spotted unless they back up towards him. OGN did creep their way in. The circle shrink goes over to Welcome to South Georgia, and FaZe Clan's compound is now going to be the next to be pushed by all these teams congesting on the southern side.
If anything, McCoy from Ghost Gaming is exhibiting why so many players hate this lumber mill finish. You can hide in so many tricky places, and with Cloud9 pushing off of that eastern side, still 4 men strong, they're going to be a dominant threat to contend with in this late game part of game number 2 of the evening. But Method able to make it into these yellow buildings, going to have some safety, some hard cover to work with as Gen G rotates around that eastern position, going to be spotting out some of the members of Cloud9 as Cloud9 is now focused onto a Vanguard.
Yeah. As soon as they get engaged, they see Simpson, they catch him down. Meanwhile, Ibby, Liquid are pushing on Welcome to South Georgia's Harry Potter! Oh, speaking of Harry Potter, James lands himself the nade of the gods. His little glasses making himself work wonders as he tries pushes in there. We'll try and flush them out. Now it's Cloud9 back at the side. As we mentioned, 4 men alive. Pivotal for them as they flush out Gen G. We see a number of teams getting flushed out. So McCoy gets taken out for Ghost there. Gen T gets pushed. Welcome to South Georgia gets the Vard down in the end. They've decided to move and join themselves in the building. So Gen T and Gustav are now together. Tempo Storm also still very much alive along with OGN. Remember, Vitality went out very early on.
Yep.
OGN going to be catching those points that they lost in the last game.
Yeah, this is actually huge for OG and Entis right now as they continue on. Every team that goes out is going to be more and more points put towards Vitality's kill total. Simpson going to be spotted out. Gen G going to be eliminated in 8th position as the blue zone will be shrinking on this circle. Method trying to sneak their way in. Tempo Storm going to be in the lumber mill. OG and Entis in the lumber mill. Avangard on the northeastern side. Everyone just trying to fight for a safe position, at least in the meantime. 31 minutes and 30 seconds into this game.
The big issue for everyone that's lying in wait right here is that Liquid have the high ground. They will be looking down on all of these snakes right now. They've taken over the Harry Potter. They've worked it hard. Of course, with a number of nades working out. I mean, who else would throw the nades and Jeems? Taking them down. You can see they have the overlook position effectively. The only thing really to threaten them right now is Cloud9 in the distance.
Yeah, 4 teams of duo players going to be inside of the lumber mill. The 4-man squad strong of Liquid up to the north. C9, Cloud9 off to that southeastern position. And Avangard's inductive a little bit north of Cloud9. But looks like Nerf has spotted out Liquid. Going to be taking some shots with that SLR.
The Harry Potter's still inside. FaZe Clan's little compound still inside. They're the only 2 that remain. Now, everybody on this southern circle has got to try and move up, and it's going to get a little messy. 17 still alive as we roll on in to this 8th circle of hell. Moorman spotted. Sung Yang gets him down. Chris doesn't even bother moving to give himself away there. Sung Yang, he gets lit up. Catches around the side. That nade doing a lot of damage as Chris tries to move forward. We'll try and roll the nade through. It's Jempty in the end. We'll get the nade down as Chris just heals himself up. And he's going to bleed out because I don't think he's going to get any help from, I think it's Christis that's alive as well.
Yep, and here we have Cloud9 wrapped around this northern part of the circle. Now going to be spotting out a Nuctive from Avangard, the solo player, but it's going to be Stab's grenade coming in hot, landing on top of Avangard, knocking them out in 7th position as all of the 6 teams remaining continue to push on. But this is going to be all of the audible cues that Liquid needs to move around this circle and try to avoid Cloud9. But K-Mine with the Car 98 going to be knocking out Sampty, and here comes the push from Cloud9 trying to execute on what they were able to get here.
They've got to be careful because if they believe that Liquid are all inside that Harry Potter, like Welcome to South Georgia, they're going to be sadly disappointed. Yak goes down. OGN eliminated in 6th position. Jempty will, of course, pick up the kill points for that one. Tempo Storm are going to be the worry for Liquid because Zampa's sneaking around the side. They've got a decent spread, though. Gustav and Jempty now moving up. Somebody's spotted them because the nades are running this way. But Zampa's trying to move his way up. BenQ, he's eating the blue. He's got to get moving. Chris has been found. Method go down in 5th place. FaZe Clan continue to climb. They need all the points they can do to keep that top 5 position alive for them. Here as Tempo Storm look to push on Liquid and Cloud9 trying to collapse on them. There's the circle spot. It's all in the center. Stab is very much there with K-Mind. Everybody needs to come to them.
Yeah, incredibly tough for all of these guys to have to work with. 2 members of FaZe off to the south, 2 members of Tempo Storm to the southwest. Zampa and BenQ5 going to be pushing up now, facing off against Liquid. Scoom dropped to about 50% damage, but the grenade coming out on top of Zampa going to be dropping him to 10%. Now he's in the prone position. BenQ5 taken out from FaZe.
Look at that nade from Gustav. He angled it off the rock so it bounces around and into the back of him. That was perfect. You can see the trajectory of it thanks to, obviously, the tracer effectively following we have on these things these days. FaZe Clan, that's a problem. That's a worry for Cloud9 because they're seeing that happening. Now the nades are starting to roll. The flashbangs are going out. Everybody's trying to reposition. Liquid, they still have to deal with it. The shrink is coming. It's a slow, steady shrink with 12 players alive in such a small space. Who is going to blink first? They're all going to push on this one. Scoot manages to find Tempo Storm. They go down in 4th place, and now the revive has to come quick.
There is no time for these guys to have to work with. Cloud9's Moody going to be spotting out phases. Gustav, QQ, K-Mine on the Liquid Gems. All of these teams taking casualties in the process.
The flank coming out from K-Mine in Nerf could be huge. They've gone really deep south to, north to swing around the side, and they're going to have a perfect angle on Ibiza here. Nobody from Liquid is looking at this. Nobody has got their eyes on this one. Cloud9 are in a great spot to take the victory here. Ibi gets taken down, and look at Nerf Me. He's in an absolute amazing spot to just gun them down. Any nades would just eliminate Liquid right here. FaZe Clan picked off around the side. They will go down in 3rd. It's going to be Cloud9 that will take victory here. There's so many bodies for Liquid lying in the smoke. They just need to light it up, and it's all Cloud9's to win. The blue will do the job for them.
Able to keep all 4 members up. This is Cloud9 coming off that huge finish in Hong Kong, trying to dominate through, and the winner chicken dinner going over to North America's Cloud9. The new roster shaping up for them very well with an 11-kill finish.
I think that's their 2nd victory, right? They won, obviously, that game on Miramar against Method, but this time they played it so well. They got surrounded, effectively. The flank coming out from K-Mine and Nerf, working perfectly, a double pincer move. FaZe Clan, of course, getting caught. They have a 3rd place for them. They got themselves 6 kills in there. Liquid as well involved with a lot of action early on, obviously with Tempo Storm for a large portion of time. 7 kills and counting for them. Tempo Storm out in 4th with 2nd, and Method snaking the way in there for 4th place. Of course, the big story is the fact that OGN finished in 6th with the 3 kills, while I think it was 11, 12, 13, 14
for Vitality, yeah.
Wow, so they've basically traded places from game to game, and they're probably back to a very close point.